Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dalah, the new EP Box Dude. How are we doing today? We're streaming every day. Today is day 123. 123. Awesome. I weirdly like the whole when days line up like 11, 101, 222, or 123, stuff like that. That always calls to me just a little bit. I always get a nice little oh, oh. I don't know what that sound is, but it gives me a oh, oh. Just I feel like the best way to describe it is just a little bit of whimsy. Just a little bit. We're by the way, what we're doing today is we're drawing some art for a little series that I have. This is not the Godhead one. This is a separate one in a completely different setting. And that is what we're doing today. Here, you know what? I'm gonna jump over there. Here, I need to put on my drawing glove and grab my stylus and all that. But today, we are writing about a story called Demonic Return. It's a fun one. It's existed for a long time in writing and in my head. It is one of the, frankly, hundreds of stories that I have. Here, you know what? Let me count a little bit. 9. These are, and I'm going to count based on the number of stories in the different universes that I have. So 9. That one's hard to count. We're going to skip to the next one. All right, there's 3 there, so 12. It's another 3. So 15. There's 10, so that's 25. There's 2, that's 27. There's 9, so it's 36. There's 2, which is 38. There's another 2, which is 40. There is 5, so that's 45. There is 3, so that's 48. 49. 50. These are separate things. I won't count those ones. Those are just lewd stories that I've written. This is 4. So that's another 4. You know what? Add it to the total. And then this is 8, 16, 24, 32. No. Yeah, 32. 40. 48. 56. And then, yeah, 56 on top of that. Yeah, that's the rough estimate of the stories that I've done or that I've written about. Obviously, none of them are in their completion, but some are quite close. I think the most chapters any single one of them has is about 60. About, what's 60 times 2,000? 60 times 2,000. Roughly about 120,000 words. Anyways, I'm just saying, I guess, I don't know what I'm saying exactly, but I'm saying that I write. And this is one of the many series that I write. Okay. So, we're opening a fairly simple panel here. Good. So, right. Also, I'll set the scene a little bit here. The setting is evening light, the setting sun reflecting on water, stones leading out in kind of like a cape. You know what a cape is? Like basically it's like there's a beach, there's like some water, and then on the other side of the beach is like a cliff face. It's the best way I can describe it. And it's kind of like enveloping the sea, or like a half oval pattern, like shape. If you've never heard of a cape before. Sorry, I think I just dragged my drawing pen across my microphone. I was looking for the word there for a second. You know what? We're going to get rid of this paneling thing, and we're just going to have it kind of a fade out type deal. Something like that. A little better. Something a little bit more like that. That's about what I want. And then very shiny. Rays of light. And then I also want lower opacity matter. We're just going to do this. What is this, you're asking? Thank you. This is a shadow. Something very large. Maybe I should something a little bit more like that. All right, so that will do. That will do, donkey. That will do. Shines of light. Oh boy. We're going to try and get a full page of this. So that's the aim. All right. So that's establishing fairly well. Well, actually, you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to give the wall way over here. It's just desserts. All right. Now we're going to copy and paste. Well, we're not even pasting. We're just copy and drag, I suppose. Got my water here. I know Outlaw's going to be busy today, so I gotta hydrate myself. This is just a repeat panel with a slight difference. I'll be honest, I think that's good. And then we're actually going to go up. We're going to actually bring this guy down because I think that this deserves a little bit more height. Here. And we're going to do this. Something like that. Now for what appears. This is going to be funny. All right. Come on. Yeah. So we're not actually really getting a good size comparison of what the fuck this is until this point. And I think this is a pretty good size comparison. You zoom out and it kind of looks about right. All right. That looks kind of cool. Let's give this guy a little bit more substance. It's a little bit more like that. Perfect. We're actually gonna have almost light still catching up to him as he appears, fading him out a little bit. All right. And then we get into what the fuck is actually happening here other than this guy. He's just appearing. Okay. Uh, what's a good onomatopoeia for retching? Onomana, automatopoeia. Uh, yeah, I'm saying it right. Onomatopoeia. Uh, for retching. Blah. Blah. You know what we're going with? Oh. And it's not clear here, but in the kindest or in the most family friendly way, this is a substance that very much looks like a little bit more liquidy. You know what? Looks like very viscous red syrup. Ugh. Gee. Ugh. I want to give them some small Um, some small speech bubbles here. Ooh. Something like that. Something like this. And we want to give it the eye watering effect. Actually, we're gonna do this. And we're going to fill these with white. White. We have it saying, huh. There we go. We're going to lower the opacity on those. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Yeah. Okay. Keep it looking right. All right. What's next in the script after he pukes up blood? Oh right. We wanted his hand down like this too. Something like that. There we go. And then we're going up. Right, okay. So we see side profile shot of his face. We want a full shot of his face. There we go. Like there's a little bit of tear in his eye, puking his guts out. We just need a basic idea of a face here. Something like that. That's good. I like that. Actually, you know what we can do? We can pull out this. What is your symbol? Perfect. Kind of looks a little bit like the X-Men symbol, but that's fine. Oh yeah, I should also turn on that again. That way, when we get some sort of alert, y'all can hear it. Yummy, yummy water. Water. All right, let's give him his speech bubble. This. We're gonna play a fun little trick that I like. It's this. We're just gonna have these. Like so. Feel that. Have him speak. Also, I need to grab this. There we go. Wait. Then where was the other thing? Is it in here? Perfect. Exactly what I want. Don't you just love it when that happens? You get exactly what you want. First try. Okay. What is he saying? It really is true. It really is true. Uh, you really were something like that. Close this distance a little bit. Maybe something like that. Close that distance again down to 70, I think, is actually a little bit better. And we're going to have it like this. Blammo. Blammo. It really is true. You really were strongest. And we're going to now, I believe, yes, we are. Oh boy. Now this is a challenge. I don't know exactly what this thing looks like. I have a pretty good idea, and I've seen something similar to what this thing looks like that I'm about to draw. I've never actually drawn it before. Oh wait, draw on the wrong layer. That way I can just erase it without erasing the other thing. Yeah. I'll give good points to whoever can tell what this is at this point. It is a frog. All right, I need to pull one of these actually. There we go. Copy that. Delete it. Like so. Perfect though. A little bit tall. Big old frog guy. Now I have a couple of references that I'm using that I haven't actually used yet. Okay. This guy. Actually, a very sharp looking creature. Okay. Sitting behind him. And we're going to give him a bunch of shading around the face. Something a bit like this. Around the front of his body. All clouds in the sky, something like that. Something like that. And then we're actually going to do something else here too. Oh, actually, this is perfect. There we go. Get an idea of where the horizon line is. Right and behind his right hip. So that's an idea of what that part looks like. And then we also cannot forget to do what the rest of his body looks like too. Something to note is he is kind of scaly. A little bit. These are scales. Now these are cuts. All right. And then, right, what I wanted to do. Where is it? There it is. Perfect. Start over here. Start going around. Going around. Keep going around. No. We're gonna do this. We're going to go down a layer. And we're going to do this. No, wait. Would it be more like this? Something like that. We're also getting that nice orange in there that we wanted before. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly what we want. And then we're gonna have that all fade out. Something like that. Little rays of light. Hearing out. Something like this. All right, now we're going to get a title box. I do love my title boxes. I want to make it a little bit different than that. Come. Nope. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. We're going to fill it with white. Perfect. There we go. And we want some nice big text here. How's that look? Yeah, that'll do. Perfecto. World's greatest evil. Who is the world's greatest evil? What's your name? What is right? Okay. World's greatest evil. God of the celestial. All right. We're going to get panel of this creature's eye. That didn't work. Panel of this creature's eye. Something like that. Oh, right. Fuck. Wait. No. Oh, okay. I see. Um. There we go. That's what we want. Now I have a very distinct knowledge of what this thing's eyes look like. I want to see if I can get it right. Big circle. I'm messing up just a little bit, but that's okay. And it's got big old bags. Big old eye bags. Will make a little bit more sense once it's colored. And I do want to color it, actually. Right now it looks like something not like an eye, but once it's dark purple and green, hopefully it should look a little bit more like an eye. All right, let's actually draw this. This is an important thing. We are going to fill it. There we go. Let's something a little bit lighter, actually. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. What do we want? It's iris. No, sorry, it's people. There we go. Something a little bit like this. Something a little bit like that. And we want this. And give it a little bit of, oh, that's a lot of blur. A little something like that. It's about right. And then we want sort of darkish green here. And the body doesn't have to be too perfect. Yeah. We just want the eye. So I've known what this eye will look like for a very long time. I've envisioned it in my head. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Erase this real quick. Is it that erasing? There it is. We're going to go up one. We're just going to cover this in its proper color, proper base color at the very least. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. This is a first draft. All right. this, that, duplicate, perfect. Merge all this. Put that there. Do that. Do this. Lower the. Oh, no. Not what I meant to do. Do this. Perfecto. And we're going to lower it. We got a bot. Who did we get? Feline Jim. Feline Jim Mango. Whoa. Nice. I kind of like that name, actually. Feline Jim. Perfect. Going to delete this. And we can do this. Okay. It's basically this thing's just closing inside. And then we're going to grab the Flourish tool. I don't know what this tool is actually called, but we're grabbing it. And we're just going to mesh it all together. Oh, yeah. Like that. Oh. Grab this. And yet. Arrive. Ugh. Really is true. You really were the strongest rock of the celestial well. Close its eyes. And yet. I like that. That seems cool to me. I don't know. Mm. Delicious water. Okay. What's next, I suppose? And yet. I'm actually going to cut out this part right here. You don't need to make a smile. You can just stand up. You know what? Maybe you're smiling as you're turning back over your shoulder. Here, we're gonna. Why can I not draw? What is happening? Shouldn't be anything in the way. Oh, I'm on the wrong brush. I'm an idiot. I'm still on like the blur brush. I don't know what you'd call that, but that's what I was on. Something like this. I want him standing up and almost sort of turning. Give him like a half cape too. These are fun speech bubbles to make, by the way. Right. Yeah, basically. All right. Now we can this. Add a darkish red. Looking like this. Let's add some text as well. And we need to turn it white, bold, and about that size, maybe, no, a little bigger. One such as you was able to defeat me. Oh, and we're gonna give it the Ripley effect. I feel like I might have talked about this comic before, and specifically this effect with speech bubbles. But I'm gonna say it again if I haven't, and if I have, I'm still going to say it again. The way that I'm doing this is it's kind of supposed to be like this voice that the frog is speaking with. It's making the air literally tremble as it speaks. Because this is about the size of a human. This, all of this is about as big as its mouth can get. Okay, and then we're just going smallest little blur on it. You know what we might do? We might separate this again and then yeah, I like that. That doesn't bother me too much. And yet, one such as you was able to defeat me. That's our first page. That go too fast. Let me read that. Let's read this as you would on a webtoon. That's not bad. Merge all these layers together. Call it page. Oh, PG1. Cool. Like that, it can appear and disappear. I do have a very simple thing I want to do. And that is this. Okay, we're gonna have that, and then we want maybe no, too high. Maybe something like this. Perfect. And something like that. That's what we want. Oh, wait, fuck. No. We want to go up one layer. And then we want to do this. Yeah, okay. We're just going to have something like this. Fill in that. Where's the fill tool? There it is. Maybe let's be I have a hand basically. Right. This is an important part, so we need to get it right. I think we'll probably, depends on where we're at once it's done, but we might end after this, so this getting late. I do want to stream earlier and longer, but I keep not doing it. It's the best way to say it. But yeah. Ooh, there's definitely things in the works for that. Here, you know what? We're going to save drawing it for just a second. Inch over the neck here. There we go. Uh, tongue. We'll reveal what he's saying in just a second here. We'll give him like shoulder pad thingies. What are they called? Portless porticus. What is shoulder armor? Oh, pauldron. I knew it'd start with P. I want to give him big old pauldrons. That'd be something I'd go back and fix. And then what is this cheerful young man saying? Oh, so that's about the size of the text. Then, all right. Let's see. Uh, mm, mm, um, something like that. Lower that. Up this to 14, maybe. Do that. Is that distance? Let's see how that looks. Nope. Needs to be a little bit smaller. Only the greatest good could ever defeat the greatest evil. In a way, paying respect to his opponent. And we get this man's title and name. This one we do want to be quite big, actually. Around that big. World's strongest hero, Alexander Wynn. $90. Nice. All right, that's the panel that I wanted to do. And I'll just give them back here. Yeah, I like that. That's not bad. Ooh. Fun practice to draw these things, you know? I'm actually going to save this so I don't forget when exiting. There we go. All right. I think we can get in a couple more panels here. No. Now we'll man, I don't know why I like that scene. I just do. It just feels nice. Mm-mm. All right, and then we have another speech bubble. A little bit smaller this time. Grab some text. There we go. You. You are a good human. Yeah, it should be white. There we go. All right, and then we're going to erase a couple little bits here. Something like that. The reason I chose to draw this one today, actually because I was telling someone this story. It's prologue to a story. Anyway, by the way, this is the prologue. In case people were curious. But they basically said that they were going to demand I draw it. So here I am drawing it for them. I'm going to have to rewrite this a little bit. This, that, this, that. Write it like he's pondering something. That is the aim. Let's read this one more time. It's about the right size. I'm actually going to lower this, and I think one small change is actually going to really help. Needs a little bit of a break, otherwise it's just going right into this from this, I feel like a little break of like an eye, like a teary eye, as he's, puking. Would do good. Some heavy breathing. Throwing that in there. Basically just copy and paste these, actually. Copy. Get that right there. So I can just grab this one like that. Not what I want. Like that. There we go. Move that one down here. This way. No, not what I want. There we go. That, there, this. So simple. Change it from a grimace to a smile. Nice. Okay, and then go back up to the top. Do this, do that. Very simple, but I like it. I'm a very simple man, I suppose. Oh, in my tastes, at least. I like simple and easy. Mm. Mm. I heard that crack all over my body. All right. Ooh. Yep. All right, we're going to jump over here. I'm on save this drawing real quick. Good. And then I'm going to exit out of that drawing program, close this. Perfect. We'll drink some quick water. Oh shit. I didn't even notice we got 2 bots there. Planetary Blackbird. That's badass. I like that. I'm taking that. I don't know what for. I'm taking that. Planetary Blackbird. Yeah. All right, cool. Where was I? Right. Okay. Sorry, I was blanking for a second. I think it's a little late. I think I might be a little sun-fried. I want to thank everyone for their support. Chatters, lurkers, friendos, all the above. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. And if by the end of your time here you want to hang out again, we're very happy to have you. Oh, but finally, to my cardboard crusaders, my boxy family, and my lovely legionnaires, good time zone. See you tomorrow. Stay comfy. As we must say, the end of our day. Goodbye.